You name it 10? Planet Earth IELTS Speaking Part 1. Questions and answers. 1. Do you think protecting nature is important? Yes, I think it is very important to protect the entire ecosystem. Many rare species of birds and animals are under threat because of pollution and habitat destruction. We should promote sustainable practices and make an effort to save nature. 2. What natural places do you like to visit? I like visiting a nature reserve or a national park because they are protected areas with many plants and animals. I enjoy seeing countless types of birds and an incredible variety of plants. These places make me feel connected to nature. 3. What are the biggest environmental problems today? One of the biggest problems is climate change, which causes frequent storms and melting polar ice caps. Also, deforestation and mining activities are damaging the vital ecosystem. People need to take action before it's too late. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Describe an environmental problem that concerns you. You should say what the problem is, what causes it, how it affects people and nature, and explain what can be done to solve it. One major environmental problem that concerns me is habitat destruction. It happens when forests, rivers, or other natural areas are destroyed by human activities. This problem is mainly caused by deforestation, mining activities, and pollution. Many animals lose the animal habitat they need to survive, and some even become extinct. Habitat destruction affects the entire ecosystem. When trees are cut down, animals that live in forests, such as herds of grazing animals, lose their homes. When people dump waste into rivers, marine life suffers, and contaminated rivers affect water quality for both animals and people. To solve this problem, we need stronger conservation efforts. Governments should set up a nature reserve in important areas and stop people from cutting down too many trees. We can also help by using reusable bags, recycling, and reducing waste. I believe that every action counts, and if we all make an effort to do something, we can help protect the vital ecosystem. People should be more aware of the problem and support ways to ensure the survival of animals and plants. IELTS Speaking Part 3. Questions and answers. Button 1. How does pollution affect the environment? Pollution is very dangerous for the environment. It affects water quality when people dump waste into rivers, and it also damages coral reefs and marine life. Air pollution is also a big problem because it weakens the ozone layer, which protects us from UV rays. If we don't stop pollution, many animals and plants will suffer. Chapter 2. What can individuals do to help the environment? Individuals can do small things that have a big impact. For example, they can use reusable bags, recycle plastic, and save energy at home. People can also spread the word about protecting nature and support organizations that focus on conservation efforts. If everyone takes small steps, it will help protect our planet. 53. What role do governments play in protecting the environment? Governments play a very important role because they can organize a campaign to raise awareness about environmental issues. They can also create laws to stop habitat destruction and limit pollution. Investing in sustainable practices and conservation efforts is also necessary to protect the vital ecosystem for future generations.
The Eco Team's big mission. At Sunny School, the students in Class 5B were planning a Science Week project. The teacher, Mr. Leo, asked them to give a presentation on the topic of saving nature and exploring space. Lily chose to talk about a specific area in Africa where herds of grazing animals live. She explained that this particular region is a type of landform called a valley, and it's full of African fauna and rainforest flora. But lately, climate change, frequent storms, and intense storms have started to affect water quality and destroy the animal habitat. She added, habitat destruction and poaching of wild animals are also big problems. Her slide showed how harmful substances and the introduction of pollution into rivers were hurting animals. Tom talked about how his town had set up a nature reserve, a protected area where rare species of birds can live safely. He said, "We must preserve our natural resources and keep the ecological balance." Jane explained that deforestation can lead to many bad things, like disruptions in the food chain or even the extinction of animals. It affects the entire ecosystem, she warned. To help, the class decided to organize a campaign to raise awareness about environmental ignorance. They made posters and shared ideas about how to secure a future for animals and plants. Next, Max gave a space-themed presentation. Astronauts explore outer space in search of new worlds, he said. He showed how spacecrafts orbit around Earth and conduct scientific experiments to understand stars and planets. We want to explore the universe, but we must also care for our planet. Sarah, the class gardener, shared that farmers use fertilizers for crops to grow crops, but using too much can hurt the soil and water. Ben explained that water is an essential liquid, and we've known that for decades. Without it, life disappears,